Hi guys, Krushna20 here. I'm just going to talk to you about the Golden Path achievement. It's quite a hard achievement, very time consuming and very strict on what it requires from you in terms of its demands. So you can't have anyone die from frostbite, starvation, or any sort of act by yourself which causes a death. It's safer, in my opinion, just to go through the scenario striving for no deaths whatsoever, and then you can be certain that's one less thing to worry about, because the objectives being met for the achievement are unclear in a lot of cases, and I've seen a lot of reports online of people believing that they've done all the requirements but not unlocking the achievement. Now I'm sure everyone will have a slightly different playthrough because it's that much of a complex game with so many layers of decision making and choice. Ultimately nobody's going to have the same playthrough unless you literally follow someone on YouTube and did a step by step, but then what's the point? It's just boring, isn't it? So I thought I'd share advice for anyone looking to get this achievement on basically from the start of my playthrough, early stages of what to prioritise and then going through, and basically just a rundown of what I did. So to start with, I put all my workers into gathering the resources that are just lying around. Straight away I built a workshop and started researching faster gathering, and then for the first 4 days you've got free reign basically to gather as much as you want without fear of anyone dying of frostbite, providing that you either have the heating on and the generator or you have some tents. Ideally you want to get 8 tents up as soon as possible so that you've got no homeless, otherwise the discontent will start to rise fairly quick and people will get ill, which potentially will void the achievement. And this is where the sort of uncertainty comes from, really, because there's some speculation that if your discontent rises above 50%, that you just totally fucked it basically. So if you can, I would strive not to let your discontent rise anywhere near 50% if you can help it. So what I did after that was I prioritised researching a line of each resource, so obviously wood, coal and steel, the most basic gathering technology, so sawmill, steelworks and what's the other one? Coal thumper. Build one of each, get gathering posts set up from day 4 onwards so that your people aren't gathering resources outside, otherwise they will get frostbite and potentially die, so you don't want that. So make sure by the start of day 4 nobody's outside, everyone's working indoors. So once you've got your resources coming in steadily, it's probably the hardest part of the playthrough, to be honest, because you've really got to prioritise what you use your limited resources on. You need to balance it between researching as much as you can, but also further increasing your production so that mid to late game plenty's coming in. So I would suggest, as soon as you possibly can, unlock the first tier of technology, upgrade your wood production to a wall drill, upgrade your steelworks as soon as you can. Don't worry so much about coal because the coal thumpers are quite effective. Get 2 gathering posts on a coal thumper to start with and that'll be plenty. Carry on gathering as much as you can, build hunters' huts Aim for 2 or 3 to start with. Upgrade them to hunter hangars as soon as you can. They're a lot more effective and they bring in way more produce at a faster rate. You're alright with 1 cookhouse to start with. Pretty quick you want to be up in your housing. I basically just built a shitload of tents to start with, because it's low resources, it stops people from being homeless. And early stages it doesn't matter because it's not that cold. So get loads of tents up so you're not homeless. Get a beacon as soon as you can. Get 2 scout parties going in different directions. Brings all survivors back to the city. That is also a requirement of the achievement. You should have about 693 population by the end, not including autonomans. So get your scouts out, get your resources sorted, make sure you've got medical care set up as well. If you get overwhelmed with sick, that's when things can start going wrong and it can catch you out. You're better off having more than not enough. And as time goes on, you get that many workers that it really doesn't matter how many places you have, because they'll all be filled. So once you've got a basic setup and you've sort of got resources flowing in, I would then focus on trying to get to Tesla City, where you can set up an outpost and bring steam cores. Then you want to move into the next phase, which is basically building the factory and creating autonomans, so that when the cold sets in, you can use autonomans to work most of your essential production. So by the time you have autonomans, you will have to build several large supply depots to store the amount of goods that you're going to stockpile. I had about 18,000 coal. I had autonomans on all of my coal production, and anyone on the outskirts I removed as soon as it reached towards the end, because it's just not worth anyone dying. What else? You need to upgrade your tents to bunk houses, and then houses, get the insulation. As you've probably seen at the start of this video, I put the last 10 minutes or so in just to show you what the layout of my city was and weathering the storm, basically, just to prove to you that I've actually done it. So give yourself the best chance, upgrade to houses, have all the insulation, upgrade all generator levels, heat, range, efficiency, everything. Have steam hubs as well. The only time that I struggled really with maintaining the temperature was on the last day or so. As you can see there, that's where all the frost symbols come up. You can combat it with overdrive, but obviously you've got to be careful because fairly quickly it gets to critical levels, and you've got to be mindful of that. I just switched it off towards the end, and for the last night it was fine. As you can see, it's completed. Nobody died. It's all good. Doesn't show you what the achievement unlocked around about here, and the relief was immense because I wasn't sure whether it was going to unlock or not. Just a quick one on laws. You don't want anything that is going to potentially cause a death or any hardship, so just be mindful of that. No child labour. Very, very limited upgrades into either the faith or the order system. You don't want to be enforcing too much at all. And just try and stockpile resources as best you can. When the storm starts, withdraw your workers. Try and have enough so that you don't have to worry about resources. My autonomans kept working throughout the storm, and I didn't even get close to running out of coal or anything really. So that's it really. it's a bit all over the place. I apologise. I haven't got the facilities to record a full playthrough, and I don't know if anyone would want to watch that anyway. I've seen someone who's done a full hour, and it's a good video, to be fair, but not everyone wants to watch a full hour. I have to give you the best sort of rundown I can in 11 minutes 41 seconds. And I wish you all the best of it, because it is a pain in the arse. Please, if you have any questions that you may have for me, drop me a comment. I always reply, and I will strive to help anyone with this achievement. It's a tough one. It's a very low unlock rate, so I think people will potentially struggle with this. The more help, the better. There is guides out there, but not masses of information really. You have to look fairly hard to get detailed information and walkthroughs. The one on true achievements is pretty good, but I had to really scout around to get a proper big overlay of the requirements, so I'm pretty in the know of it now. So any questions, drop me a line and I will go out of my way to help you. As always, thanks for watching, and many thanks to my subscribers. Recently hit 150 as a small channel. That's a great feeling, and I appreciate all of you. So thank you. God bless.